can't be happening.
It started with a warning no one took seriously.
This is bad, really bad.
And when the grid collapsed, everything changed.
We're not done. Not yet. But even in the worst week on record, we refuse to give up.
If you are an aspiring AI cinematographer, you know we live in an extremely exciting time. And although we're getting more and more of these, right now we've got two major AI video models that include the ability to add sound effects, music, dialogue, and the whole thing. Like I say, there's more to come and I'll be sharing them. But Kling 2.6 and Veo 3.1 are still probably considered the big players. And we're going to test them head to head with the same prompt, same creative direction. And we're going to be focusing on epic action and then use an example where we combine reference images to create a product video. We're going to create all the starting images for these videos, and then we're going to bring them to life with both Kling 2.6 and Veo 3.1, and you can decide which one you like best. Now, to do this in the most quick and efficient way possible, we are going to use the workflow section of our sponsor today, ImagineArt. I talked about them a couple of weeks ago in a video, and I briefly talked about the workflows, and now we're going to actually put it to work here. Okay, let me just briefly walk you through the workflow we're going to use here. It makes a lot of sense once you understand what's happening here. First of all, we're going to create the starting image, and then we're going to send that image into two different AI video models, Kling 2.6 and Veo 3.1, each with their own prompt that has been crafted for that model to its strengths, and then we're going to be able to output that and compare them. Each of our video projects, if you will, consists of 3 scenes. So that means we're creating 3 starting images. So this process here will be duplicated 3 times. But what's great about workflows is I can literally just copy this, move down the page a little bit, paste. So now I've already got the workflow for image 2 and the second set of videos. Paste again, same thing here, and I can run these all at the same time. Let's talk about prompting these things. I did go to ChatGPT once again, and I have basically told it that I want to create these 2 different video projects. One is a 15-second video focusing on action, and another one is a product, and that we're comparing the Kling 2.6 video model and the Veo 3.1 video model. So all prompts should be crafted to maximize the effectiveness of these prompts. For creating the starting images in our action sequence, we're going to use the Imagine 1.5 model, which is ImagineArt's own model that's focused on realism. And for the product video, we're going to use Nano Pro so we can integrate a real product image with a consistent character. What Chat has done is created all of these prompts in a ready to copy and paste format. So I'm going to basically do a split screen here on my browser. So now this will make it a lot easier for me to just copy and paste. So we're going to start with creating the first image for the first action sequence. I'm just going to copy the code here, go to prompt 1 and paste that in there. When I run this image creation model is tied into the ImagineArt 1.5 model, and I want to create our aspect ratio of 16:9. Here we have the prompt blocks for the video, and we've got those prompts right here. So for the Kling 2.6 video prompt, I'm just going to copy right there and paste that here, and then do the same thing for the Veo 3.1 model. Paste that here. This video node is set up for the Kling 2.6 Pro model. It defaults to 16:9, so I can't do that setting here. The Veo 3.1 model is set up here, and we want to change the duration to maybe 6 seconds because this is more 5 seconds, so we want to keep it as close as we can in terms of being fair. And the aspect ratio is 16:9. Now you may be ahead of me and thinking, well, Bob, you made changes. Don't you need to recopy and paste these? I absolutely do. So I'm going to delete those because I made these changes here. Copy. Paste, come down here, paste, and then I'll just move them closer together. And now all my aspect ratios are set properly. So now we go down to the second scene. We're going to scroll down here. We're going to be replacing these prompts that were pasted. We're going to scroll down here to scene 2. We're going to copy the code for the image, paste that right in here to this area. Ideally, I would have gone through and changed all this prompt 1, image 1 to prompt 2, image 2 for organizational purposes. But again, I'm really just trying to get to the output here, but I do want to show you the process of what's going on. So once again, we're going to copy the Kling 2.6 video code and paste that in there. Then the same thing with the Veo 3.1 code, copy that, come down here, paste it in here. And then finally down to the third section, copy the image prompt, paste it in here, the Kling prompt, paste it in here, and finally the Veo prompt and paste it in there. Let me go ahead and re-separate these tabs so we got more space here. You don't want to necessarily run this whole workflow at the same time because you don't even know what the images look like yet. You may not be happy with them and you may want to regenerate. So here's what we're going to do. You see that on each of these image nodes here, there's a little run button. I can click each one of those individually and get them all going, or I can select them all like this, so those 3 are selected, and say run selected. And you'll see that it's going to cost me 30 credits to create these first 3 images, but we're going to go ahead and just click that right now. And you'll see that the generation process has started. Okay, here's our first image. We got activity on a bridge. We've got some activity downtown, and we've got some first responders in a helicopter and all kinds of mayhem going on. Seems like action to me. So without going into deep analysis mode and going, well, maybe I want something a little bit different, for the purposes of this, we're going to move on to the video generation part. And here's where we get some real time savings. Can you imagine going one by one with each of these, loading in these prompts, running the Veo prompt, running the Kling prompt, then going on to the next one. Here, once I have the images I like, I do the same thing as I do over here. I'm just going to select all the video nodes here. I'm going to click on Run Selected, and that's it. By the end of this run, we're going to have 6 different videos, 3 done with Kling, 3 done with Veo, and then we can choose which ones we like the best. And so much time saved. And let's say I didn't like one of these images, for example, the second one. I can just click Run again here, and it will regenerate just that one image. These processes are still going on. This is going on independently of this, and I can choose to use it later or not. Then once your new generation is there, you can compare them by clicking the arrows back and forth. You can see that these are extremely similar in their composition, but you do have the choice. And of course, if you wanted it very different, you would just go in here and change the prompt. All right, so now we have all of our Veos done, so we can actually watch these in order. Let me actually export, which is basically just downloading them here. I'm going to download that Veo one, and then the second one, and then the third one. I'm going to start with the first one we downloaded, which was the first one in sequence.
This can't be happening.
It started with a warning no one took seriously.
That's the first shot of the Veo version. Here's the second one.
This is bad, really bad.
And when the grid collapsed, everything changed.
And then finally, here is the third of the Veo sequence.
We're not done. Not yet. But even in the worst week on record, we refuse to give up.
Okay, not going to do too much commentary. That was the result with Veo. Our Kling results are finished, so I'm going to download each of those as well. Here's sequence 1 for the Kling 2.6 model.
It started with a warning no one took seriously.
This can't be happening.
Okay, that legit shocked me there with that. Here's sequence 2 with the Kling 2.6.
This is bad, really bad.
And sequence 3.
But even in the worst week on record, we refuse to give up.
We're not done. Not yet.
Both of those, I think, had solid output, but I was literally jarred by the action going on in the Kling 2.6. Now, I'm not coming in here with any kind of a bias. I'm looking at this for the first time just like you are, and I'm just sharing my initial impressions. Now, I have those 3 video clip assets, which I would then bring into a traditional video editor and either link together or take the parts I like and create from there. I have talked to ImagineArt, and they are going to be including a node here that will join all of these videos together for you, so that if all you want to do is put them in sequence, you don't necessarily have to download them and put them in another editor, so that is coming soon, but for now, that's what you would do.
It started with a warning no one took seriously.
This can't be happening.
This is bad, really bad. But even in the worst week on record, we refuse to give up.
We're not done. Not yet.
This can't be happening.
It started with a warning no one took seriously.
This is bad, really bad.
And when the grid collapsed, everything changed.
We're not done. Not yet. But even in the worst week on record, we refuse to give up.
So now let's do the product video, and we're going to use this basic workflow, but we're going to modify the image creation part because we're going to be using the Nano Banana Pro model. Now, because I'm going to be changing these significantly, I'm not going to be using those, but rather than deleting these, I'm just going to move them out of the way because I don't have to run them if I'm choosing them to run them. What we're going to do now is just basically change how we create the starting images by using Nano Banana Pro. So first of all, we're going to change the model right here by choosing the image mode and selecting Nano Banana Pro as the model. Now we have the option to add 1 or more reference images so we can have consistency between all of these scenes. We're doing a product with a consistent character talking about it, so obviously we want consistency between these. The subject of this video is going to be Bob Doyle Media socks. So first we need to create that reference image because it doesn't exist at this point, so we can just real quickly do that right here. Back to Chad, we've got all these prompts already done for us, but I do need to feed it a reference image of the Bob Doyle Media logo. To do that, I'm just going to click on the utility node and click on import. Now I can just load any image I want to as a reference. In this case, it's going to be the logo, and I'm going to just drag where it says file right up here to image. So now this image creation node knows that this is a reference image. Now I'm going to copy this prompt and paste it here, and it basically says studio lit product photo of Bob Doyle Media extra thick socks on a matte white background. The socks are thick, plush, and neatly arranged with soft shadows. The Bob Doyle Media logo appears cleanly and brightly on the cuff area. ultra detailed net texture, crisp edges, premium retail photography style. Just trying to create a good starting image for the actual commercial. So I'm just going to click run right here. Okay, I like that image a lot, but I want them unrolled. So I just added the word unrolled to the prompt, and I'm going to click run again. And now I have 2 reference images if I want to. It still didn't fully unroll them, but they do look amazing. We're just about ready to get into the actual prompts for the video itself, but this video is going to feature a consistent character throughout, so we need the picture of that character. Because the logo is already on the socks, I'm going to replace this image, and I'm going to use this picture of Tracy as the character. But the image of the socks will also be a reference. So I'm going to copy and paste to get another import image and replace the image from this. Now I connect from where it says File up into the image node here. Again, I'm ready to duplicate this into 3 different sections here. These will all stay the same because the character and the socks are going to be consistent. I can safely copy this and paste and paste. We are at the starting image creation process. So chat has given us all of those prompts as well. So we'll just zoom in here to prompt 1. We'll copy the Nano Banana combined image prompt. We'll paste it in there. Just make sure it's referencing things correctly. The woman sits on a bench near her apartment on a rainy morning, pulling on Bob Doyle Media extra thick socks with the Bob Doyle Media logo visible on the cuff. We'll run that and see what this looks like. I just want to do the one just to make sure it's combining rather than do all of these at the same time. But if this goes the way I want to, I'll just go ahead and put in the prompts for scenes 2 and 3 and run those all together. There's our first image. It's combining them nicely. So let's just go ahead and fill in these other prompts. The scene 2 prompt goes here, go down to scene 3, copy that, paste that here. And once again, I can just select these 2 nodes at the same time and run them both concurrently. While that's happening, I can go ahead and plug in all of these video prompts. So let's go back up to scene 1. We'll scroll back up here, copy the Kling 2.6 video prompt, paste that up in here, and then the Veo prompt here. Move down to scene 2, do the same thing, paste that into Kling 2.6, get Veo's code, paste that into the Veo spot. And then finally the last scene here, the Kling code and the Veo code. I don't know what kind of code. It's prompt. Now we've got our images. Let me see what this one's supposed to be. The woman walks confidently down a rainy city sidewalk, socks visible above her shoes. Yeah, with the Bob Doyle Media logo displayed, pedestrians, umbrellas pass by. Okay, definitely great prompt adherence here. I guess that's a confident look. And we can't do close-up because we won't see the socks. This is the only one that got her outfit, but I didn't prompt it to wear the outfit she was wearing. It was giving her a more cozy thing. And then finally this prompt, the woman relaxes on her couch at the end of the day, feet landing softly. Okay, so we've got all that too. Looks nice and cushy. We've already got our video prompts all in there, so let's just select these again. We've got the models already done, and let's just run it. We got all the videos generated except for one. Kling flagged this one for content, so let's check again at this prompt and see what might be causing her problems. Animate into a satisfying slow motion comfort moment. Her feet settle into the blanket, fabric compressing for added visual impact. She leans back with a deep exhale. Voiceover says Bob Doyle Media extra thick socks. Feel the difference. Lip sync. The woman says perfect. Soft fabric thump, quiet room ambience, and a warm chord swell fading out. I don't know, satisfying? How about just we'll take that out and we'll run it again. I don't know what the problem is with this. In the meantime, I will download the Veo output. Here is scene 1, here is scene 2, and here is scene 3. Let's watch them, shall we? Scene 1 from Veo.
Some mornings you just need a win. Oh wow, these feel amazing.
Okay, shot 2.
When your feet feel good, everything gets better. All right, let's do this.
What are we doing? And scene 3.
Perfect.
Bob Doyle Media extra thick socks. Feel the difference.
All right, that was Veo. Let's download the Kling exports. We got 1, we got 2. Here's the last Kling generation not content flagged. Let me download that. Now let's watch them.
Up. Some mornings you just need a win.
Oh, wow, these feel amazing.
All right, so that's the Kling 2.6. Let's watch it again.
Up. Some mornings you just need a win.
Oh, wow, these feel amazing.
Yeah, a little bit of sock magic there at the very end of it where the socks kind of just appear in her hands, but not bad. Shot 2 with Kling.
Yes. When your feet feel goody, everything gets better. All right, let's do this.
All right, so it said goody instead of good. And finally, the third shot from Kling.
Bob Doyle Media extra thick socks. Feel the difference. Perfect.
Want to watch it again and see if her lips even tried to move when it said perfect.
Bob Doyle Media extra thick
She's
socks.
yawning.
Feel the difference. Perfect.
I think she maybe sort of tried to say it but didn't move her lips very much.
Up. Some mornings you just need a win.
Oh, wow, these feel amazing.
When your feet feel goody, everything gets better. All right, let's do this.
Bob Doyle Media extra thick socks. Feel the difference. Perfect.
Some mornings you just need a win. Oh wow, these feel amazing.
When your feet feel good, everything gets better. All right, let's do this.
Perfect.
Bob Doyle Media Extra Thick Socks. Feel the difference.
I think the biggest differentiator between these two is really how it handled the audio. They both did a great job visually, I think. Aesthetically, it looks great. I'd wear those socks for sure. So there you go, a little side-by-side comparison of Kling 2.6 and Veo 3.1, made infinitely easier by the ImagineArt platform and their workflow system. And because ImagineArt sort of aggregates all these different models together, I'm finding that using workflows is saving me a ton of time to get just a bunch of stuff going, and then I can come back to it later and see the results instead of going, okay, now I need to feed in the next prompt or anything like that. They're just getting started on this tool. As I said, they're going to add the video join feature later, but some other stuff I'm sure is to come. It does a ton of stuff we didn't talk about, and you can see it just has models that we didn't even touch today, including LLM models and things like that to help you write better prompts. And depending on when you're watching this, they actually even have a holiday sale going that still has a few days left. If these are the types of tools and resources and techniques you like to learn more about, well, here's an idea you can mull around in your head. What if you subscribe to this channel? Because this is the kind of stuff we do all the time.
If you subscribe now, I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. But if you do not, I will look for you. I will find you. And I